Hey everybody, Jared Stessler here again with Tony Meacham here. We're in the Grant County Courthouse Friday morning. We were here in hopes of getting a good ruling on the King Ranch case for Wade and Teresa King. Tony, I don't know that this was a huge surprise. I don't think it's a huge hit on the judge, but it's definitely a hit on precedents here in Washington State. So tell us what happened.
So what happened today is the judge decided that she would not enter the injunction. So we basically had already set up a summary judgment hearing for May 21st. So we're just moving towards that. We understand the judge's position, and she did say that she believes the higher court may grant what we're looking for. But at this point, we are just moving forward to the May 21st summary judgment.
And what does this mean? Just let's step back for the people who aren't familiar with this. We were here last week. We made a request. This is really our Seventh Amendment rights in this state that are under question. That we were basically you were asking the courts to grant a jury trial for the Kings, and that was denied this morning.
So it wasn't denied. The preliminary injunction was denied. What we were asking for is that we were asking the court to actually issue an injunction prohibiting the PCHB and Department of Ecology from moving forward in that case while this decision is made. So this decision impacts the Kings, and we are asking this court, which is higher than the PCHB, to rule that, in fact, Kings deserve and are entitled under the Constitution a jury trial.
100%. But this does speak to the ill precedent that's been established and has been ruling here in Washington State for 50 plus years, where we don't actually have our Seventh Amendment jury trial rights. And so hopefully this case or maybe another case in Washington will help us to change that precedent.
Well, it is a precedent in case law, but again, the Constitution is clear that we are entitled to a jury trial. So we're asking the Constitution to be upheld.
Okay. And so we're back here on the 21st?
May 21st.
And what do we hope happens then?
We are hoping that this court declares that Kings are entitled to a jury trial under the Washington Constitution, and that the PCHB cannot move forward and must dismiss this case because the PCHB cannot impanel a jury and cannot grant Kings the jury trial that they are entitled to.
100%. And just for those who are not familiar with it, remind us why this is so important for every single Washingtonian.
It's important for everyone because we have a government agency that unilaterally is making a decision and penalizing citizens of our state without a jury trial. So the PCHB and Department of Ecology, the Department of Ecology comes forward, issues a penalty against the Kings, and the Kings have simply said it's not Department of Ecology, a government agency's right to issue that penalty without a jury of their peers making those factual decisions. Because it is a penalty under the Constitution, the Kings have a right to a jury trial, and we're simply asking that that be upheld.
Yeah, and just in even more plain terms, this is about the Kings using, creating stock ponds within their property and leased property to be able to feed and water their livestock,
right,
which is perfectly legal, actually written in the law. That's kind of the foundation of where this all started. Department of Ecology comes after them, and then now we have all this legal jargon that none of us understand that we have to work, except for you, that we have to work through.
Well, and under 9044-050, we as ranchers have the right to dig and maintain stock ponds without a permit. And the King family and their predecessors and interests have been doing that for over 70 years. And Department of Natural Resources knew about it and knew about these stock ponds and did not stop Department of Ecology from going after the Kings. And the Department of Ecology then called these rare alkali wetlands when they are in fact man-made and man-maintained stock ponds for cattle watering. That's all it is. And this case should not be going as far as it is. And I would ask that our government recognize the RCWs that protect ranchers of this state.
100%. And people can help SaveKingRanch.com.
SaveKingRanch.com.
Yeah, if you want to contribute to the King's Legal Defense Fund, go to SaveKingRanch.com. They also post regular updates there in terms of what's going on with regards to this case and other related cases to this. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you.